Hey guys, Tisha here, and we are back with another Sister Wives review of season 18. I want to start off this episode by saying that I was kind of disappointed with this episode because I just thought there was going to be a lot more. We did get enough, but we pretty much gathered the conversation and what was going to happen from all of the different clips that we have been shown previously. So I thought that this was going to have a little bit more substance, but we're going to go with it. Of course, I'm going to talk about Christine and Janelle, and I'll save the bulk of Meri towards the end because at this point, this isn't even really about Robyn, even though Robyn was kind of put in this triangle with Cody and Meri. So we end the season seeing Robyn crying, talking about this porch that she just wanted to sit on with all of her sister wives and the grandkids and all this other stuff. And we see her wiping away these imaginary tears. And I just want to know, what did Robyn do to make her dreams come true? Because all I know that Robyn has done was that Robyn obtained an illegal marriage. She divided the family. She had children, and she spent the Browns' money. She isolated her kids from the other sister wives. She encouraged Cody to make her and her children a priority. She didn't just rewrite history, but she fabricated things, and she did things like have pictures made with Cody in them that originally included their father with her children when they were young, but she put Cody in place instead. She didn't reach out to the other women. She didn't look out for Meri, who helped her come into the family. Why would any of these women desire to sit on a porch with her or spend eternity with someone who operates like her? I know I'm going on a tangent here, but the bird really must think that we don't watch this show and that we haven't seen the ways that she and Cody have interacted with the family over the years. Janelle and Meri really need to work whatever their issue is out, unite, and sue these two people. They do. And I love it if Christine did too, because even though Christine was given the house in the way that she was, I still feel like they deserve more than what they got. So we have Meri. Meri lets us know that it's October, and after 32 years of marriage, she is thinking about where she now stands with Cody. She feels like Cody led her to believe a few years ago that they were going to try and that they were going to start fresh. But now it's been 6 months since he's told her that there will never be an us. And she's finally admitting on camera that way before the catfish thing happened, she felt emotionally abandoned by Cody, and that in her opinion, he broke their covenant. This was extremely clear to me that he was not emotionally there for her very early on in the seasons. But currently in doing my season rewatch of the earlier seasons, I'm in season 6. And in season 6, you can see that whenever Meri shows the slightest bit of emotion, it bothers Cody, and he doesn't support her with it. It's like a nuisance to him that he wants to swat away like a fly that's just coming in the room. That's how he treats Meri's emotions. Janelle points out that Meri is a woman of her word. She's loyal and she gave a commitment, but she wonders when Meri's going to realize it's not healthy for her. I agree with Janelle, but Janelle, you've seen, much like Christine, because Christine's going to mention it too, that she was in this dynamic and it wasn't healthy, and you all said nothing. Y'all didn't talk to your husband. You didn't stick up for Meri. You just allowed it to happen. Let's be very clear. Meri has had problems. Meri hasn't always gotten along with all of the family, but Meri was loyal to a fault. Meri's loyalty kind of messed her up. Meri saw the clip where Cody said he did not consider himself married to her. She said that she felt that it was insulting and vulgar for him to say that so openly. Christine thinks that it is disgusting that Cody said that and that Cody has strung her along doing this. And she also feels that Robyn is stringing her along too, which I agree. But once again, why wasn't this said when the family was together before wives decided to leave? When you guys told us that you're sister wives, one of the things that you're supposed to do is have connections to each other that are just as strong as the connection that you have to your husband. So if you're supposed to be eternally bound to someone, I would think that that dynamic should be good. Meri feels like she needs to talk to the bird about what's going on and where she stands, because she feels like even though Cody's not going to care, that the bird is going to care. Meri is still very much in delusions when it comes to her dynamic with Robyn, because I don't really feel like Robyn cares about Meri. I feel like Robyn cares about plural marriage. You have Janelle and Christine, and they're out hiking with Christine's two brothers, wife, kids, and the mother-in-law. As we see them on the hike, Cody in his confessional lies and talks about how this newfound relationship with Christine is basically happening because they're united, because him and the bird are the common enemy. And I'm like, okay, Cody, you're lying again, because I'm watching season 6 currently. And in this episode, one of the questions that she was asked by Nancy was, who do you feel like is okay for you to talk to? Who do you trust? Who do you feel safe with? And she said, Janelle did, that she felt safe with Christine and Cody. So obviously they had some form of rapport with one another. They were friends if they had that. So don't sit here now and try to act like, oh, they just developed this because they can't stand the two of you. Once again, there they go, rewriting history. Janelle lets us know that she was 33 by the time she finished college, and Christine really helped her with that. They spoke about how with the church meetings that they had, one of the things that Christine was told in some of the classes was that going to college was unnecessary because the world was going to end. And Christine went to her father about it. Her father was like, no, you're going to college. That's not true. So they used this as a way to talk about their food storage and how Christine had all this food storage in her home, and when she left, she didn't want the food storage anymore in her garage. And so now, because Robyn doesn't have any space because of all the crap that Cody has, they have a rental for the food storage. They have a storage unit for the food, which is crazy to me how Cody spends this money. Christine didn't want any parts of it. She said, take it. She's good to go. She doesn't believe in it. Meri said that she never believed in it, that it was more of a Janelle and Christine thing. And that's that. As they're looking at the views in the park, they speak about the desire for a reunion. Excuse me, for all the kids. And that won't happen because the bird is on her perch and she doesn't want her kids to mingle with you guys. Later on in the episode, we see Janelle and Christine having a barbecue at her brother's home. They had a fun couple of days, and we see them playing with the Frisbee and eating food. They then ask Christine what happened with her and Cody's marriage. They're very direct about it. They don't beat around the bush, which obviously I don't think that they were too direct, because this was your last day of being there and you were there for a couple of days. So they waited a little bit. She spoke about how Cody wasn't attracted to her, and he said things like she wasn't being nice to her sister wives. Janelle in her confessional says that both her and Christine know that that is a code word for Robyn. Janelle said she heard all of these stories over the years about how Christine was so mean, and she never thought she was. Why didn't you say that? If you did, we didn't hear it. And now she really knows that it had to be false, because she hears Cody accusing her and the boys of being mean to Robyn. So last week, we saw Aurora sit in confessional saying how her mother tries to bring the family together and all these other things, when it's clear that there were many things that her mother did to tear the family apart. Where did Cody get this "they're so mean to Robyn" thing from? Who else could have said that but Robyn? We've seen Robyn lie about other things over the season, like Christine not wanting to have anything to do with her kids ever, when Christine clearly said that she didn't want to deal with Robyn and she wanted to keep things the same way. So Robyn telling us that the family didn't want to have anything to do with them, where we see that the family did want to come over for Christmas, but they weren't welcomed, and you guys didn't want to come over there to meet them, or you pulled them out of the gift exchange. So all these things that we've seen them do. So I think it's very safe to say that between Kody and Robyn, they lied about how mean Janelle now is and how mean Christine was to them. Janelle says that Kody tends to have a one-sided view and that he leans towards Robyn. We've seen it. Christine then let us know that he told her to take his name off of all the paperwork for her house because he wanted to focus on financing a house with Robyn. And I'm just like, okay, despite that hurting her feelings at that time, it really ended up being a blessing for her. So even though you felt like, oh my God, he's hurting me, this hurts so bad, it was a blessing in disguise. She said that was their first time ever having their name on paperwork together. And he said he made that decision when they were refinancing. I don't know whose home they were refinancing, if it was Robyn's or Christine's. He said that they made that decision before they even were thinking about divorce. You don't necessarily know that because it seems like Christine was thinking about divorce off and on for a long time. Janelle talks about how Christine was lucky that she had that done because unlike her, she does not have her name on anything by herself, that their stuff is jointly titled on pieces of property with other members of the family. Kody says that they all have that problem. And I just say, take your name off of crap. Janelle, get him to take his name off of your stuff. That way you don't have that problem. Janelle is still married, but she claims to have no desire to be with him. Janelle's major struggle continues to be this faith aspect, but I need Janelle to stop blaming Faith because at this point, Janelle is not taking any steps to figure out what she has to do faith-wise to get out of it. Talk to whoever the hell you have to talk to so that you can get out, stand on your own, and be strong for yourself. You said your children are questioning whether or not you're truly separate. Why not show your children just how strong you are by really pulling away instead of having one foot in and one foot out? We see Kody and Meri meet up on the property to talk division of the property. If that's what they really were doing, I don't understand why Janelle wasn't included in this discussion. And I can't help but notice that Robyn does pull up in yet another vehicle that I have not seen her in before. What happened to the minivan? According to Robyn, when they get on this property, it makes her heart ache to be out there, and she just wants to hurry up and be out there. But I don't understand why, because you have a big home. Kody feels like the first thing that they should do is walk the property, whereas Robyn wants them to talk. Meri said the property needs to be divided. After Christine left, rather than signing over the property to the entire family, she signed it over to Kody and Robyn. According to Kody, she traded her house for her share of Coyote Pass. That's how badly Christine wanted to get out of there, that she was like, okay, you can do whatever you want. Let me sell my house and I'm going to just keep my proceeds and you could get Coyote Pass. I don't think that Christine got as much money as she could have probably gotten from Coyote Pass, but I don't know what the full story is. I don't even know what the price of the land was. So maybe she did make out good. Even though he no longer has the same amount of wives, Kody still wants to have 5 lots rather than the original 4 that they had mapped out. And none of the wives that are still left are preventing this. They're letting Kody apparently go through with this because Christine is out. Why does he even want 5 lots when it's already been mapped out for 4? And it really should stay 4, but we're going to go with this 5. When Kody wants something, no one else's opinion matters. So Kody feels like he deserves to have not 1, but 2 lots. And I don't feel like that's right. Meri says, so you get 4 and Robyn gets 4, so you have 8 acres together. Neither one of them like that, but that is an accurate assessment. Kody tries to correct this, but at the end of the day, Robyn is married to him, so that is communal property. They both have stake in it. It's theirs. They want to give Meri 2 acres and Janelle gets 4. She said that she deserves to have some of the property and not just what he deems she's worthy of. I have to agree with Meri. We were told very early on in Vegas when they decided to build those homes, they decided that they were going to split everything equally across the board, even though Meri did not have as much children, even though Robyn had just really come into the family. They decided to do everything equally across the board. So why now are we changing it? Why wouldn't it be even? Janelle then speaks up and says that there are 14 acres. She also feels like she doesn't understand why Kody isn't dividing it equally. Once again, speak up for your sister wife. Even though you don't like her, speak up for her. She feels like Janelle does that they should have an appraisal done, and I think you should too, so you can see if it's even worth it. I wouldn't even want to build out on that property. Buy a house and keep it moving. Kody uses this opportunity to say Meri has one child and he has 18. This man has 18 children, but he has not operated that he's had 18 children for several years. He acts like someone who has 5 and a possible. The possible to me is, wait, is that 5? How many kids did? Yeah, 5 and a possible. And the possible for me is McKelty. It's amazing how he refers to these kids and his wives when it's convenient. 18 children are not going to come to the spot on that map that says Kody/family lot. 18 children do not even speak to him. He claims he is taking the lot with the pond because the whole family understands from living with Meri that she does not want to share resources. Meri saying that she does not want children running in and out of her home that was in an apartment that was in the middle or whatever of the house is not the same as saying that she is not going to let them access the pond. They don't have to run through her house in order to get to the pond. So him saying that was like, okay, that doesn't even hold any weight here. The bird makes a joke about not knowing if Kody and her will stay together, and he didn't like it. She quickly said, sorry, sweetheart. The bird lets us know that she deserves her 4th. And she deserves to not be counted with Kody. Robyn is the legal wife, so she will always be counted with Kody. And you're getting your 4th, but it's not fair that Meri's only getting 2. That's the whole point here, that Meri should get 4 too. She said her lot is going to be passed down to her children, and his lots will be passed down to more children. Then she asked him if that's how he sees it, and he says no. As he begins to speak about how he sees it, the bird cuts him off and tells him that he's not in a good headspace, so he shouldn't say anything. I do not understand why the bird feels like she is the bald eagle's mouthpiece. We want to watch him dig himself in a hole. We want to hear exactly what he has to say because he is in a perfect headspace at this point. Christine has been gone for well over a year. Janelle and him have not interacted for well over 10 months. It actually, you might as well say it's probably been a year because they had problems around Thanksgiving time. So they haven't been in a good spot. He's not in a bad headspace at this point. He's doing exactly what he wants to do and how he wants to do it. He keeps trying to talk, and the bird keeps saying, wait until your headspace is clear. Meri thought that she would get more than 2 acres because both Robyn and Janelle have 4. In this discussion, I'm with Meri because they've already established that their family is supposed to have an equal split about the property and stuff, and how Meri has put money into it. Meri has put money into the bird's property. So she does deserve her 4 acres. Do what you've done for years and give her 4. Kody said he's not thinking that. Meri said it always comes down to how she has one child and her not being a wife. But he feels like she's less than. So, because of this, she's now decided that she's going to drop the bomb, that she's not going to be renewing her lease in Flagstaff. She finds this cushy way to say that she was at the bread and breakfast and it needs her. I just wanted Meri to say, I'm leaving. Because they don't care about Meri, despite Robyn's fake tears and all that other stuff. They do not care. Kody had no reaction to her saying this. Robyn asks, what does that mean? Meri says, with everything that Kody has said to me this year, it basically means that I'm gonna probably be leaving. Don't say probably, say you're gonna leave. She said, but I still want to build on the property though. What the F for? Why is Meri still trying to stay connected to these people who don't want her? They have shown her time and time again by the way that they've acted towards her that they don't want her. They don't even call and check up on the woman who lives in the same state as them. The fake waterworks begin because the bird's perch is being destroyed. The bird lets us know in confessional that she wants to yell, she wants to scream, and she wants to say, please, no, don't do this. But she can't fight it because it's not fair to Meri. For once, Meri is thinking about herself, and I'm proud of Meri in this moment because even though Meri doesn't want to go, she knows she needs to go. Meri lets us know that even though Robyn is visibly upset, at this point, whether Robyn's upset or Kody's happy, it doesn't matter. That their emotions are irrelevant at this point. After saying all this once again, Kody does not acknowledge what she's saying because he really doesn't care. And he just wants to know if she wants to look at the lot again like she hasn't seen the lot 20 other times at this point. He said, so the lot's off your radar. She said, it's not off the radar. It's just the things that you said to me and about me this year. It's just different. He says, you're making it about what I said. Because for once, after all these years, she's finally getting it. She needs to make it about what he said. He said, why can't we get on the same page and make it about where we are instead of what I say? Because Kody didn't want all that he said to be out there. But Meri is finally saying some things that Meri should have said a long time ago. Meri let us know that we talked about our marriage. I wanted to make it public that we were no longer together and Kody didn't. But it's not fair to her. It has been private at this point and he doesn't want to go public, nor does he want to say certain things around Robyn. But Meri felt like it's not fair. It needs to be put in the public. He does not like that blame is being put on him for where they are at. Even though Meri isn't blaming him here, Meri's just discussing the things that have gone on. The romance for the two of them is something that is gone, is what he told Meri in the discussion that they had at her home. And now we're hearing him saying that he's blaming her, but this is not a blame thing. This is her saying what he says. He said, we're just going to be friends because we're not going to be married. What more is there to say? He's sitting here trying to justify the reason as to why he feels like he shouldn't be blamed when he's not being blamed. And once again, he's not listening to her. She isn't blaming him. What she's saying is, on camera, I want them to know that Kody doesn't want to be with me. So I need to leave. Kody does not like the fact that she brought up the things that he said on camera, and this is why he's once again feeling like he's being blamed. The bird tries to interject and to speak for Meri, and Meri is like, I can say it for myself, which I was glad that she said it. He then lets us know in confessional that he is defensive because everything that's happened with him and Christine and Janelle, and I'm so over this woe is Kody party. Nothing has happened to you. You allowed these things to go on. You played a part in this. You are the man. You are the head of the household. You are the one who supposedly is supposed to lead, but you stopped leading. You stopped being there for your wives. You stopped caring about them, all because you fell in love with the bird. It was okay for you to be in love with her, but why couldn't you be in love with her and still love your other wives and still be there for your other wives and for your children? It's like those entities no longer mattered because they didn't do the things that you desired for them to do. They weren't this person that you molded or that you wanted them to be. He said he's also defensive because of what's been going on with him and Meri for 7 years. He says he's trying really hard not to be a jerk, We then hear him say the same exact thing that Aurora said in her confessionals last week, which is, it's fair for Robyn to be here while we're having this discussion because she's been your advocate for 7 years. So this is how I feel. When you have people that use the same verbiage, the same exact statements, they say it the same way, the same exact manner multiple times, it lets me know that there is some form of script, that you all have had some type of discussion about how you're going to address this, because Aurora's talking like this, Robyn's talking like this, and now Cody's talking like this. I believe that this is something they previously discussed. We hear the bird has advised him to stick with Meri, and she's doing all these things, and at this point it's against his wishes and he wants her to stop. So say it to her. That's the person that you talk to and you confide in and you tell everything. Let her know. I think that some of what the bird is doing as far as wanting them to be together may have been true, but her actions didn't show it. You can say what you want to say, but what did you do to help bring them together? Which was nothing. You can tell me that you want me to be with Cody and you want me to be happy and you want us to be in a functional marriage, but how are you helping us get to that other than just flapping your gums and saying that? Are you telling Cody, you know what, Cody, you should spend the night at her house? Are you saying any of those things? No, you're not. Cody says, you want something we can't have together, but we can always have something else. Some kind of way, as he's saying this, the bird manages to make this about her and she starts crying, but there are no tears. And when I'm saying she's crying, I'm sorry. I just need to move away. I want to be supportive, but I just need to move away. And she gets up and she goes for a walk. While doing all of that, she says she got up because their level of calm is scaring her. The sounds that she's making should involve her body quivering or shaking, her face turning red, her eyes getting puffy, something more than us just hearing sounds over the mic. I do not believe this. As you all can tell, I'm chocolate, all right? And when I cry for a significantly long time, or the way that Robyn was crying, my nose gets reddened. I have a red undertone, and my eyes get reddened, and I may get a little puffiness. Robyn came back looking like nothing happened, even though she had on those glasses. So I don't believe anything. I feel like this is another act, and it was a bad one. He says he does not want to be in a duty-bound marriage. And that was such an honest statement from Cody at that time. Meri wants him to say it publicly that he doesn't want to work on things with her. But Meri, he said it. He said it in so many different ways. You just wanted him to blatantly come out and said it, but he said it. She then lets us know that she's upset because he's not giving her what they promised at their marriage. We then see Robyn come back with the glasses to try to cover up the fact that she was crying when we know she wasn't crying, even though she acted like she was. She let us know that she walked away because she couldn't handle the direction of the conversation. She thinks if she's there, that hopefully she can stop what they're about to say to one another. And this once again shows me how selfish Robyn is, because after hearing this, after seeing all that he's done, after hearing everything that he said over the years, even saying that he doesn't consider himself married, because Robyn does watch these shows, even though she tries to act like she doesn't, because we see next week she's going to reference something that Christine said. If you truly love Meri, why would you want her to continue to hold on? Let's put whatever their belief is to the side, because at this point, none of them are truly following all the rules of their doctrine. And I don't know what they're all supposed to be, but some of the things that they told us in the very beginning about the love and the loyalty and all the other stuff, we're not seeing any of it. So let's just talk about basic humanity here. Would this be okay if your daughters were being treated the way that Meri is being treated? And I want us to all think about this, because despite how we feel about Meri at times and the things that Meri may or may have not done, because if I'm being completely transparent, I really question some of the abuse allegations, because this family uses words like unsafe, abusive, aggressive, things of that nature a lot for some things that aren't what they're calling it. But I'll say this much, okay? Putting all of that to the side, Meri does not deserve to be dragged like this. She does not deserve to be toyed with like this, because between Robyn and Kody, even as they're having this conversation, I can see there are times when Robyn is still, after hearing this right now, right then in that moment, she's still trying to convince Meri to stay. Meri says, with Robyn there as she chuckles, I feel like we just had a breakup conversation. And Robyn says, are you accepting that, Meri? Robyn came back to convince her to stay. That's why she came back to that table. Meri wants to know to Robyn, she's like, what am I supposed to do with that? Meri says, I'm not going to make someone be with me who doesn't want to be with me. I'm not going to make someone act a certain way with me when they don't want to. Then Kody interjects and says, the act is easy. Meri's sitting there with her mouth open like, and he says it again, the act is easy. She rebuttals and says, the act was obvious. Like, okay, Meri knew for a long time that he wasn't feeling it for her, which makes me wonder, I know it's doctrine, but Meri, why did you keep staying? Why didn't you call him out on it sooner? He said he was performing his duty as a husband. Robyn didn't like that. Robyn said, don't say act, don't say act. He said, okay, I was performing. It was an act at some point. And he said it multiple times. So I believe that he really felt that way. He then plays yet another game and says, I'm not saying that it's over. This is me saying, Meri, what you want doesn't work, which Meri wants a loving, functional marriage. He then lets us know that he is willing to be fake in love with Meri and doing the duties that a husband is supposed to be doing by putting up with things that frustrate him for the sake of whatever. And the whatever is Robyn. The only reason why I think Kody held on so long is because he knew how Robyn feels about a plural family. I believe that Robyn still believes in polygamy. I don't believe that Kody does. I really feel like that Kody became a polygamist in the first place as a way to get closer to his father. I don't think that he did it for the reasons that a lot of the other wives did, which is because of their spiritual witness that they talk about. I think that he wanted Robyn, and he thought that this was the best way to not only get her once he had her, but to keep her. Kody was really hoping that all his wives would walk away. Robyn wanted to heal their relationship. Meri says, I know that you don't feel or consider yourself married to me. And as she's saying that, the bird says that's not true. But we saw him say it, Robyn. We saw him say that he doesn't feel like she's married to her. I know you had to see that clip too, because all the other wives saw it. So shut up. Why is it that Robyn feels like she knows how Kody feels when Kody is telling us right here exactly how he feels? Kody says, we got married. He's talking to Robyn. We agreed that I wouldn't just be here just to be here. And at this point, I'm here just to be here, talking about Meri. You said to Robyn, if I'm ever not in love with you, that you don't want me to just sit here in a pathetic place with you. You made me promise that to you. So for Robyn to have him promise that, I want to know what she told him or what he told her previously that they had this discussion. In other words, you, Robyn, know that I don't love these women and I don't want to be with Meri in this instance especially. But you want me to continue to act like it even though that's not what you want for yourself. He tells her, Meri, nothing is going to change the relationship they have and what they've had. No, that's not. I said he. She. Meri says to Robyn, like, nothing is going to change our relationship and what we have. That I'm still going to be here for you. I'm still going to care about you. We're still going to be connected. The bird wants to know if she promises that. But their relationship has already changed. I feel like once that divorce paper was signed and those kids were adopted, that was a wrap. Robyn didn't require Meri on the same level, which is part of the reason why the catfish happened too, because she didn't have anyone she was connected to. She already wasn't connected to the other two wives. She was only connected to Robyn. She said it very early on that Robyn and her started to have something that she never was able to have with her other sister wives after 16 years of them being together. Meri then says, it's not fair for me to continue to live like this. It's not fair for me to continue to be alone like I have been for years. Meri grabs her hand. As she grabs her hand, I'm like, okay, is that the same ring that Cody has on? Because if so, him and Robyn have matching rings. Let me know, you guys, if that's the same ring. Cody says that this is not what he wanted, which it is what you wanted. You didn't want to be with Meri anymore. Robyn is losing her plural marriage. And Cody said that that is what Robyn always wanted. But Robyn, you're losing your marriage because of your worm of a husband. Meri says she needs to figure out how to become friends and how to maintain her friendship with her ex-husband's wife. And I was so shocked when I heard Meri say her ex-husband, because that's the first time she ever referred to him as that. And I want Meri to stick with that. Don't waver and sue his ass. The bird is sitting there crying as Cody scoots off on his ATV. Why do you have ATVs? And Janelle has never ridden them. She had to go all the way to Idaho with Christine's side of family in order to do it. But he rides away and we see Robyn preparing for her scene, sitting there as she lets us know that she will continue to stay on her knees and look for peace and answers because there is no other choice for her. I'm going to leave that knee thing alone because I really want to say something, but I'm not. She's looking at the mountain and crying, thinking about how it was when they first got there. They were so in love. We see clips of the kids jumping in the water. They were so in love with this property, and she wanted to sit on the porch with her sister wives and their grandchildren, even though we know that she doesn't talk to him and she just doesn't understand. She just doesn't understand. Okay, so Robyn is full of crap because, as I said earlier, she didn't do anything to make this dream of hers, this fantasy, this desire to come true. She isolated herself from the family. She didn't let Christine be the nanny. She didn't allow her kids to participate in certain things. She made her kids get a different version of Cody. They were timid. Cody doted on them the way that he didn't dote on his own. She did not reach out. Meri had to beg her, even though they're supposed to be so close, to even spend time with her. Here we are now and you want to cry. And I just believe that these women do not deserve to spend eternity with either Cody or Robyn. Overall, the season was okay. I did enjoy parts of it. I have gained a lot of followers from it. I'm still going to be reviewing the book. So if you have not watched, go down and watch. It's really me just reading and giving commentary. But go ahead and watch some of the first 4 chapters. The first 3. I did the 4th earlier in the day, and I'm not putting that out online until Tuesday. But go ahead and listen to the first couple of chapters. We're having interesting conversations down in the chat. continue to look at the other things that I have on my platform. I'm thinking about expanding and looking to some other shows because I do want this to become a situation where it can be monetized. Let me know, do you think Robyn really was crying? That's the first thing. Second of all, how do we feel about this overall season? Do we feel like we learned something? What would we like to see for the future season? For me personally, I don't want to see Cody and Robyn, but something tells me that the next season will probably be about Meri leaving and Christine finding love, since we're going to see her love on the tell-all. So until next time, y'all know it wouldn't be right if we went out with the bang with the clicker actually working right. Until next time, you guys.